Hola, ¿cómo están? Oigan, pues bueno, les presento a nuestros compañeros de chat de MDW Weekend Inspiration, con los que pues hemos estado compartiendo ideas y pasiones, sensaciones, emociones con películas. Gabriel en Ciudad de México y Kevin
Hola
en
chicos, ¿cómo están?
Carolina del Sur. El día de hoy pues nos reunimos justamente con la intención de platicarles un poco sobre nuestro tercer aniversario de Makeup Design Workshop. Han sido 3 años con muchas experiencias, muchos aprendizajes, muchas también maneras de reinventarnos, de rehacer, de pensar en hacer cosas que a lo mejor como, no sé, a lo mejor Gabriel como cineasta, como Kevin como artista de los efectos especiales, pues en Hollywood y yo como maestra, como caracterizadora, Gabriel también como maestra, pues reinventarnos con toda esta parte de pues de la pandemia que vino el año pasado en 2020, que aún así con todo y todo aquí seguimos. No me importa que se escuche súper ya choteado y todo, pero pues aquí seguimos. Cursi. Aquí seguimos, ¿no? Pues tratando de salir, tratando de seguir haciendo lo que amamos con todo el corazón. Kevin, I'm just saying a little bit about that we are still here. It's our 3-year anniversary. It's been 3
We're
years.
not going anywhere.
Exactly. No vamos a ningún lado, dice Kevin. And that we had to be a little bit even more creative because of this whole pandemic, and change
Right.
everything and rethink and whatever you like, whatever word we need to say, like to reinventarnos.
Reinvent.
We
Yes.
did have to make some adjustments. I mean, we had to drop the classes out, and one thing that we did that was actually a very fun thing was brought about by the pandemic was making our 3D COVID masks, which Gabrielle was gracious enough to come down and help us with to make a very cool dragon mask.
Yes.
And that was fun in itself, but hopefully very soon they won't be necessary anymore, and they will just become an obsolete thing that we did in the past.
And a part of the collection of the creations of MDW.
Yes, they'll go into the MDW museum.
Sí, exacto. So, well, I kind of also asked Gabrielle to be with us in this important date, so she can like a little bit guide this chat, because she's going to kind of represent the people, the if someone has a question, or she is going to ask some things about our 3 years. So Gabriel, if you want to start asking or chatting, or shoot.
Yes. First of all, thank you guys, because it's been awesome knowing you, create with you. You're such an amazing people, and I'm not saying this because we are videoing this chat. It's because you are. You are amazing artists. You are such an inspiration, and it's just a thrill to be here. And I have like this amount of questions, and I don't know where to start, but let us start from the beginning. Why do you create MDW, and how? I mean, I know you meet in cinema makeup school, but how was it? I mean, how did you, Kevin, land up in Playa del Carmen and start this amazing idea?
Kevin,
I was
that's you.
I was very sad and bored here in South Carolina, and I saw Ellie had posted on Facebook some beautiful pictures of Playa del Carmen, and I sort of forced my way into her life in Playa del Carmen because it looked so beautiful. And it's like, I want to go there. I'm coming there. And she's like, okay, come on. And then we hit it off, and we became very good friends. And at the end of that first week, I think we were sitting around talking about how we both kind of missed making things and teaching and that sort of thing. And we said, well, why don't we try it here in Playa? And it's like, okay, why not? Let's give it a shot.
Yes, we started like it was, I think, 2 or 3 days before you were taking your plane back to South Carolina that we started the design and like doing all these little drawings. I remember I gave Kevin a little notebook, and then that's where he started like sketching, and we were thinking about the name.
He's actually going to show us.
Sí. We were chatting. Creo que se fue eso. Estábamos platicando sobre Kukulcán, y Kevin se apasionó mucho por Kukulcán y fue como, bueno, vamos a hacer algún títere o alguna escultura, y empezó en el cuaderno, empezó a hacer un dibujo de Kukulcán y todo.
Yeah, so we just started fooling around with I became obsessed with Kukulkan. But the logos for MDW, and so there's just lots of ideas.
Yes.
For different classes and sculptures and things like that. So this means a lot to me.
Yes, that's how we kind of started the idea, the concept, the logo. We did the like a list, and then Kevin went back to South Carolina, and we split. Like, he was there taking care of his stuff and his life in there back then, and I was here. And then I started with the web page. It was such a difficult thing because we didn't have anything. We didn't have.
Yeah, we had personal work, and I had pictures of stuff from Hollywood, but it's like, that's not MDW work. So we had nothing. Obviously, at the beginning, we had no students. We hadn't done anything ourselves yet, so it was
together
a little
or
bit tricky
for
right
MDW,
at the beginning.
¿no? Yeah,
Right.
Yo tenía fotos del trabajo de Kevin y tenía fotos de lo mío, pero no teníamos cosas en conjunto como tal de MDW. Bueno, realmente la realidad es que nunca habíamos trabajado juntos. Pues él había sido mi maestro en Cinema Makeup School, y yo pues aprendí de él, ¿no? Entonces, pues fue como, vamos a hacer MDW, pero ¿qué fotos le ponemos a la página web? Entonces así pues empezamos a armar un poco todo, abrimos el Facebook, abrimos el Instagram, le pedimos a Maffer que nos ayudara con todas las campañas de publicidad. Maffer dijo, sí, le entro, y fue como pues empezamos a hacer videos, ¿no? Estaba yo aquí en casa haciendo quemaduras así chiquitas en alguien, y así, grabando y haciendo la quemadura, y bueno. Y Kevin, you were at your
Yes.
place, like writing and thinking about the how we were going to organize the classes, the topics. He was the one like in charge of thinking about all that, and he sent them to me. Then I was like just like typing them in the computer, and that's how we were sharing. Always sharing.
One of the concerns I had was materials, finding materials in Mexico or shipping them there or carrying them there, which I ended up mostly bringing them in my suitcase. So I had so much clay and latex and just different things. My suitcase was always like overweight and, super heavy because I had so many materials.
No clothes, only materials.
More materials than clothes sometimes, yeah. But we got it figured out, and we did different things that I was proud of, like running silicone pieces in Playa del Carmen, or running foam latex in not quite ideal conditions. It was very hot and humid, and the two enemies of foam latex, is heat and humidity. So I was proud that we were able to accomplish those, among other things.
Yeah.
So once you were there, you started to see what was the best way to make the foam latex and the silicone pieces and all that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of adjusting the foam rubber is always tricky anyways, and even under ideal conditions, if you were in a shop in LA in an air conditioned foam latex room, it's always consistent up to a point, and then something weird happens and you have to try to figure it out. So we got pretty good at it.
Yeah.
For the most part, we had a good record of
Don't jinx
good
it.
pieces.
Siempre decimos eso, como sí, nos debe de ir bien. No lo digas. Don't jinx it. Okay.
It's better not to say anything about that, right?
Yeah. So we did all, and Kevin started like also to bring. He brought for our first kind of special or important appearance. He brought Bigfoot.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, that's right.
It was June, super hot, super humid.
Oh my god! Why on June?
And obviously I said like, yeah, it's a perfect idea. Bring Bigfoot. And I kind of saw Kevin's face like, are you sure you want me to bring that to Playa del Carmen? Y yo, claro, sí, bring it. So, okay.
So he was having doubts, and you still went through it.
Yes, because he was like, you really think it's a good idea? And I was like, yes, of course.
And it turned out it was funny. We got a lot of video and pictures of Bigfoot, like on vacation in Playa del Carmen. And I had done 10 years ago I did a low budget kids movie simply called Bigfoot, where I built and then performed in this Bigfoot costume. Like this little high school kid meets Bigfoot out in the woods, and he helps the kid defeat his bullies and stuff like that. No, I did not want to ever put it on again, especially in Mexico in June. But it was great. We went to Isla Blanca, and then I fell in love with Isla Blanca that day. And then we went back to Playa and walked up and down the avenue. And everyone thought I was Chewbacca, but that's okay. But yeah, and it kind of was a funny, sort of a mascot at the beginning. Was just Bigfoot. You're wearing a funny hat at the beach.
Trying to put on some chanclitas, but he
chanclitas were way too small for his feet.
Sí.
And it was just kind of a cute thing for MDW at the beginning. Again, because we had nothing. So
exactly. Yeah. Then after that, I think we did our first. We did our first workshops that year. Also, we did.
How was that? I mean, I need to ask this question. How was it to have mainly Spanish speakers students, knowing only English, I imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Back then.
Yes.
And how was it the dynamic between you two being teachers and teaching all this?
It worked out really well, because obviously Ellie is bilingual and she is right there. And so if there's a problem, and a lot of it comes down to visual. I had students back in Los Angeles where I had two women from Japan that spoke no English who were promised translators. And of course there was no translators. So that I had to pantomime everything. And there would always come that moment where they would go like, oh, and I'd be like, oh, yes. So it wasn't that difficult in Playa because Ellie's right there. And, it takes, 30 seconds longer to explain something, but, we got through it fine. So.
And then suddenly, I don't know why, but it just happened like that. Like you were explaining and then I was talking and then you talked again and then you were like, and somehow, I don't know, like I just said before, somehow it worked. Sometimes I didn't even say anything or explain them, and they were just watching Kevin. And Kevin is always super nice because he's like plastilina, and like he learned these words in Spanish. And then the students now are like, ah, okay, no, we had one student, and that she didn't speak. She doesn't speak like a lot of English at all, Arlette. And in the beginning she was like, ah, okay, so she was trying, and it's always
Orale.
Kevin was like, what's orale all the time, like you're always telling orale or saying orale. Yo como
It's like it means everything.
So it was nice. That's one of the things I really like about our team, that even though Kevin doesn't speak Spanish or the students don't speak a lot of English, we always make it work, no?
Yeah. Well, we had a good rhythm together that with explaining, and I can understand enough Spanish that, like, when if I said something and then you explained it and expanded on it a little bit, and I sometimes, rarely, but sometimes I could go, yeah, that's right, whatever you said, it's like, yeah, that's a good point, Ellie. So we're a good team.
That's actually pretty amazing, because it's difficult to give a class with two teachers. It's very difficult to have this chemistry and make it work, and doesn't feel like a power thing, So that's amazing that you have this relationship.
Well, he's always making jokes of me.
That's part of the package.
I know.
That's part of the relationship and the friendship, and that's actually very cool. Me being a student of you too, it's really cool to see that. And also to feel that you're not holding anything back, because you only give with full hands, you only give all the knowledge, and that's amazing because it's rare.
When I was a kid, I lived in Connecticut, and Dick Smith, the famous makeup artist who did The Exorcist and The Godfather and Taxi Driver and so many things, he lived in New York State, like 45 minutes away, and I would go over to his house, and he was so generous with information that when I eventually began teaching, I always thought of Dick Smith, and it's like I would go beyond, and the people in the administration would tell me not to, only teach what's exactly in this curriculum. And I would answer any question you wanted, just thinking back to Dick, that it's like, I'm more than happy to tell you. Other people are like very secretive, and it's like, if I tell them, they'll put me out of business or be better than me. But especially when my job was to teach, it's like, I'm going to be the best teacher I could be. I'm going to tell you everything. And that's what being a teacher is like imparting information. That's how I looked at it. And it's like, I will tell you until you tell me to shut up. You're telling me too much.
I don't think someone can say that.
No, but Ellie and I had the same kind of feeling, and my friend Josh, who I work with in Texas, and we're opening a shop in Texas. We talked together in Los Angeles, and we have the same kind of philosophy that Ellie and I have, that it's like, I'll tell you anything you want, because it comes down to, also, it's like being secure in your ability, as an artist or whatever, that it's like, I'm not intimidated by, the more talented people around, the better, that's fine. Maybe if I can't hire you, maybe you'll hire me someday, I don't care, as long as
I love that.
Making cool stuff.
That's a great philosophy.
Yes.
Because let's grow up together. Let's learn together, and that's amazing. Because that's how you construct a team, a real team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we've been lucky with that in Playa. We've worked with some really cool people. We've had really good students, and especially you, Gabrielle, being the main one. But as far as people we've worked with that were models and things like that, and students who have come and helped us, like Allie and Eleanor, people like Arlette and Nico, that who are models for us and performers and Luis with the Thriller video.
Yes, all of them. Barbs,
and
Jael, Maffer.
Maffer is like part of MDW, right from the beginning. So yeah, all those people. I don't mean to leave people out, but I mean there were so many that were so cool. Except for we had one
that we are not gonna talk about it.
We won't. But
we're only going to mention it, but we're not talking about it.
In fairness, it's not for everybody, wearing prosthetics or whatever. But no, it's been great, and we feel like we have, like you said, this really amazing team of people.
Yes, and well, talking about that.
Oh, sorry.
No. Do you. ¿Qué? No, tú. Tú, Gabriel, tú.
What's been the most challenging project you've made in Playa del Carmen?
I have one, and I don't know if you're gonna say the same one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, for me, I think Circus of the Dead.
That's okay, because that's what I was going to say, because we had multiple characters and costumes and
the foam latex that we did that time.
Yeah, there's a lot of foam rubber that we had to run, and we had all the little props and the globe for the witch, and just kind of assembling all these performers and keeping, making sure everybody was sort of, on the same page, that they understand what we're trying to accomplish. And by the way, they were awesome. They were great to work with. It ended up being so much fun.
It was.
What kind of protect? Oh, sorry.
No. I was just thinking, but what? ¿Qué ibas a decir? No, digo que I was going to say that there were 5 or 4 characters. There were 5, right? It was Demon, the teller, fortune teller, trapezist, the how do you
Cannonball
say? Cannonball and the clown. Yeah, there
so
were 5.
Yeah.
And then for this
from
one,
head to toe, from head to toe, completely characterized. Okay, amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, for just the 2 of us, basically, to pull off in a short amount of time in Playa, in a little shop. For some movies and things, it's like 5 characters, like that's nothing. But it was probably the most ambitious thing that we tried to do.
Yes, and it ended up being really nice. We call Ale from Campeche, and she helped us with the application and the makeup in one. Well, actually, almost in 2, the cannonball and the trapezist, and then she also helped in all other ones, no?
The tricky thing with that, was real quick about Allie, was and how good she is. The pieces were not custom made on the individual life cast. We just had to make generic pieces, and so they don't always fit. And I put the Trapeze Girl's piece on her, and it didn't fit at all. And so I kind of squeezed it with my hands, and it fit. And so it's like, Allie, just kind of like glue around the. Like, don't glue it flat like you would normally do with a prosthetic. You almost have to leave some empty space inside so it fits. And she was like, okay. And I thought, it's like, this is not going to work. And I went back doing Nico's makeup, and then I came back, and it's like, that looks amazing. She did such a beautiful job on it. That was one of the best makeups that we've done at NDW.
Yeah, we really liked that. Five, and then the other thing was that they performed just a little bit, like for maybe 5-10 minutes. They were improvising. We just told them their characters, their stories, and then we went to this bar where they kind of lend us the space, and then they were just like a little bit like doing a little play and improvising, so we could do some pictures on scene, and also we did some pictures like in a studio, no, a little studio that we kind of also improvised in that bar. And yeah, that was for us our really nice Halloween celebration.
And it was fun because we were just like you say, we were just trying to get video and pictures for us in a outdoor setting. So everyone that was just sitting there drinking, I think, was like thoroughly confused what was happening. That these weird looking people were coming out, and Nico's up there.
They were like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is this all
What is
about?
in my drink?
Yeah, exactly. But it looked really good, and it's like, okay, it doesn't matter if they don't know. It's for us and for NDW, for our portfolio basically.
Exactly.
And have you worked with another association or another entity, probably from the government in Playa?
Well, not in Playa, but we did for how do you in Tulum. We did like these old age makeups for como un reality show. It was a reality show from France, and they contact us, and so we went. Kevin wasn't here, but I went with Areli representing MDW, and we did four old age makeups, one guy and three girls. So that's like the most like big one. And also with Explayarte, we did the makeup for Matilda, and I think that's like the most that I can remember.
The only paperwork I remember when I was there was with Bigfoot. We had to get permits so that Bigfoot could be on the avenue and walk around out in public, and it was like very important to have these, or the police will come and arrest Bigfoot, and it all had to be in place. And then when we went out, the only police we saw was a car went by, and one of the cops was taking pictures of Bigfoot. That was it.
Ni siquiera
No one asked for.
nadie le importó
So
si
you
traíamos
received a permit
permiso o
for
no.
Bigfoot?
Yeah,
Why?
porque estábamos en
I
la
don't-
quinta. Because we were gonna walk on Fifth, so they said like that we needed like the permission because you don't.
Right.
Necesitábamos el permiso porque supuestamente no puedes lucrar en la Quinta Avenida y ellos pensaban que íbamos a lucrar. Entonces necesitábamos un permiso que dijera que no era para eso, sino simplemente como propósitos pues personales y artísticos, que bueno, al final, perdón Ayuntamiento de Solidaridad, pero sí, ahí sí, no, sí hicimos publicidad.
O sea, que
bueno.
me perdone el Ayuntamiento de Solidaridad, eso está completamente fuera de regla cinematográfica y de todo lo que tenga que ver con audiovisuales.
Ahí está. Pero sí, sacamos un
Porque
permiso.
esa ley sí me la sé.
Y la segunda vez que quisimos hacerlo con el Pirata Maya, no es cierto el Pirata Maya, ya lo cuatrapié todo, con el Pirata Zombie, también quisimos hacerlo en la Quinta Avenida y ya esa vez ya no nos dieron el permiso supuestamente. Sí, when we did the pirate, that we wanted as well we wanted him to be walking on the Fifth and everything, and we went again to ask for the permission, but they didn't give us that time, the second time. So, but it was, I think, better because then we went to Xcalacoco and we did pictures, videos, and we did a master class.
Where were we with the pirate when at the beach?
At Xcalacoco. It's here in Playa del Carmen.
Right.
but like yeah, at the Calacoco Beach.
I remember when we were shooting those pictures, there was a little boy, little kid, and it's like, oh no, he's going to be scared of the pirate. And he walked over to the pirate and he had a cookie, and he gave it to the pirate. It was so cute. But
Sí.
his teeth are hanging out. He's all zombie. And he's got a big pirate hat, and he's got all seaweed on him, and he's coming out of the ocean. And the little kid, he's like, he looks hungry. He brought him a cookie.
I think that's why he looked that
You
way.
might be hungry.
He might be
Yeah,
hungry.
Oh my heart.
he needs the cookie. Bad.
Which, by the way, that wardrobe, Kevin made it like from the beginning. Like he had some clothes and he all painted them, draped them. He prepared the hat and everything, the net. So that whole look, that whole character, it's also a creation of MDW, which
Mhm.
which also we took to Campeche for the carnival, and it was our first carnival. Kevin, do you remember why we decided to go to the carnival?
No, I mean, you told me about it, but I don't remember specifically who said, like, like at the beginning, it's like, hey, let's make our own little school again. I don't remember anyone saying, hey, let's go to Campeche and be in a parade.
Yeah, no,
At all.
I don't remember either. But we took advantage of going to the carnival, and we taught we offered the character class. That's where we met Ale,
Ali, yeah.
and a sculpture class as well. So
Mhm.
we that year we went to carnival with the pirate, and we teach the character and the sculpture class there. It was super cool. Kevin was, well, for me as well, because it was also my first time of a carnival, and we were we weren't expecting 3 hours of walking and
Yeah.
people
It's a long,
yelling.
it's a long parade.
And actually, I don't think
Can imagine.
nunca esperamos. We never expected that people was gonna be like, iba a estar como, pirata, pirata. Y ellos pensaban que era Jack Sparrow, so era como, yeah, Sparrow, Sparrow. Y así como tomando fotos y todo.
Yeah, and it's like, all right. Because Jack Sparrow was only like a zombie Jack Sparrow for like a couple of minutes from what I remember, but everyone thought he was Jack Sparrow, so okay, whatever.
Sí.
As long as they like it, you know. It's like,
Así es. And then
Yeah, but sorry.
No,
But
no.
for example, in Mexico, it's not like in the US that you have a lot of carnivals and a lot of makeup effects just in the street. I mean, for Mexico, it's something really new.
yeah.
Not like everyday basis, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the subtlety of the makeup was kind of lost on the crowd because the lights are flashing and I mean, it could have just been a mask, you know, but I don't know how many people actually got up and looked, and it's like, you know, it's like, I can't see where his eye holes are or anything like that, you know, and if he moves his face, and it's like, I think some people did, but most people just it's like, Jack Sparrow, you know, take a selfie.
But then we have the other character for the carnival that it's actually a mask, and it was so tricky. It was the white chivo that Nico
So you've
performed.
been in 2 carnivals.
Yes.
Carnivals.
Yeah.
And we wanted to be this year to be the third one with the Campeche witch. Well, not this year, last year.
Right.
But well, we didn't make it for.
No.
No, last year was White Chivo, no?
No, last year was
Yeah.
COVID. No?
Well, yeah, but right before COVID was White Chivo. This year was supposed to be Campeche Witch.
Campeche witch.
Yeah. Which we're going to do. I want to do that so bad.
Sí, yo también.
I don't care if we do the parade again. It'd be all right. I don't mind. But I just want to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
We still have a lot of plans.
Yeah.
That's why That's why we're saying that we're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Well, for the people that doesn't know you guys, what are the classes you are giving right now at this point?
Ellie?
Well, we have character class. All the workshops that I'm gonna mention are between the 5 and 7 days. And character class or the character workshop is the one where you can learn the basics of the character makeup, because, bueno, y en español también se los digo, es el curso de caracterización, que son entre 5 y 7 clases, dependiendo del workshop que ustedes quieran, pero el de caracterización son 5 clases, en donde van a aprender las bases del maquillaje de caracterización. Recordemos que la parte del maquillaje de caracterización, o una de lo que podemos incluir en el maquillaje de caracterización, son las prótesis. Entonces es más sencillo o mucho mejor para ustedes si aprenden primero las bases del maquillaje de caracterización, para después aplicarlo o complementarlo en su maquillaje de prostéticos, ¿no? Tenemos después del de caracterización, tenemos el workshop de prótesis básicas o de prostéticos básicos, que es aprender a hacer life cast, la
toma de impresión.
La impresión del rostro, gracias Gabriel, la impresión del rostro en vivo, ¿no? Los materiales, cómo hacerlo, cómo construirlo, después hacer tal cual digamos que el busto de ultracal, y ya sobre de eso Kevin les da la clase de escultura, les enseña a usar las herramientas, cómo hacer texturas, cómo hacer los volúmenes. No necesitan saber nada, o si no, nunca han hecho antes una prótesis, Kevin les enseña toda esta parte, y les explica y los lleva de la mano desde cero. Y una vez que tienen ya su pieza, que son de pequeñas a medianas, pueden ser 1 o 2, entonces hacemos el molde y hacemos 2 tipos de vaciados. Hacemos vaciado en gelatina, donde también pues les enseñamos los materiales y cómo hacer la gelatina, o el gelatin, que es ahora muy famoso llamarlo por el nombre en inglés, y el silicón, ¿no? El silicón lo hacemos silicón encapsulado, y bueno, que eso también pues facilita mucho la aplicación y el difuminar las orillas. Y bueno, les enseñamos a aplicarlo y a maquillarlo, y al final pues les hacemos una sesión fotográfica y les damos su reconocimiento. Y tenemos también el workshop de prótesis avanzadas, que en ese caso es lo mismo, al principio lo mismo que el de básicos, solamente que si tenemos el suficiente tiempo y también dependiendo de las piezas que se hagan, que son más o menos entre medianas y grandes, pues les enseñamos a corregir el life cast, y hacemos el molde, hacen la escultura y hacemos todo el proceso de creación y de la química, de la mezcla del foam látex. Les enseñamos pues también hay algunos truquillos para hornear, y también la aplicación y pues las fotografías y al final su reconocimiento, ¿no? De MDW. Hemos estado trabajando con prótesis dentales, también tenemos el workshop de prótesis dentales. Ahora vamos a desarrollar y queremos impartir el workshop de transferencias de Proseid, que bueno, este es al que le traemos ganas en agosto. Y bueno, tenemos varias otras propuestas, como el taller de escultura, pues bueno, escultura más como para queremos hacer un workshop específicamente de moldes, y bueno, varias cositas, ¿no? Entonces, ya que se acabe la pandemia rápidamente, para que podamos
ya mañana,
pero bueno, estas son las propuestas muchas, por lo menos la mayoría de las que les mencioné, que ya hemos dado los talleres en Campeche, en Mérida, en Playa del Carmen y en la Ciudad de México, y otros que no hemos dado y que bueno tenemos en puerta y que estamos todavía esperando a que están en intermitente esperando a poderlo sacar, ¿no?
Buenísimo.
Sí.
Padrísimo.
Y bueno, pues a lo largo de esos Yes, Kevin, what else? Tell me.
As far as classes go?
As far as MDW go.
MDW in general. Okay, well, let's talk about our favorite that we did.
What's your favorite? I'll tell you my favorite first.
Well, okay. My favorite that I did, kind of start to finish, was Nico as Satan.
Okay.
Yeah, that I really liked that makeup. I thought it was a cool design. It was really fun. He was really amazing in it. I thought it looked really good. And for the makeups that we did together as a team, I'm kind of torn. I think the Arlette Joker maybe is my favorite that we did, or maybe like very close second would be White Chivo. Nico is White Chivo.
Yeah.
If you ask me tomorrow, it might be the other way, but I'll say right now that way. Why? What's your favorite?
My favorite, like the for MDW that I did for MDW, it's Joker, but with Nico. I think that I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that very much. Since I sculpted the pieces and then
you did everything
and then applied them, but also the experience of doing it in a Comic Con, the Playa del Carmen and the Cancun one. The one I really liked more was the one in Cancun. He did because also I did the wardrobe. I saw the whole jacket. And I was almost crying, like I'm not gonna do it anymore. So that one for me, it's one of my favorite ones. Then, well, the other one is the clown. But then together, that we did together, yeah, White Chivo, definitely. And I don't know. I think I love.
I mean, Oh, go ahead.
No, I mean it's I love all of them, but my favorite one is White Chivo, I think.
He was the most impressive, just because it was so big and the eyes glowing, and with Nico's leg extensions, his performance and everything. Like, it was pretty cool, pretty spectacular.
Sí. Muy bien. I don't know what else to say.
And for MDW, what's next? I mean, where do you want to go with MDW?
Well,
what are your dreams?
When the pandemic's over or is more under control or whatever happens, we would like to get back into teaching, and we would like to get to Mexico City and do prosthetic transfer class and all
Dental,
that kind of stuff
as well.
But we also have, I won't say, I'll let you decide, Ellie. We have like some little characters coming out.
Yes, that's the next step of MDW. It's keep teaching, and but more jumping a little bit to producing and creating our own little web shop,
art pieces, basically,
and our pieces and sculptures and things to sell through there. We don't want to quit the makeup or the special effects, but we do want to go more like in the artistic or sculpture, and like maybe even like works of art a little bit.
Yeah, we have one little guy. He's just about finished, ready to be molded, and but I mean, even to the point of masks or things like that we could sell, prosthetic pieces, that sort of thing, that people could buy and then use if they're in a theatrical production or a film production or something, that are able to, makeup artists that don't know how to sculpt, like basically like union makeup artists in Hollywood who don't know how to make anything, have to.
We said that was our secret.
So they depend on other people to make them. Perhaps in Mexico it's the same. So we could
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the regular makeup artist that knows a little bit of everything,
Right.
but they don't really know how to mold things or even how to sculpture, etc. So yeah, it's a good market for that, because you will be like one of the first brands in Mexico to do that, and it will be amazing.
That's what I thought
Yeah.
as well. And it
And because if you are looking for good prosthetics, like out there in the makeup stores, you can't find it unless they are from US.
And even
But
the
they are way expensive.
Yeah, even the ones from the U.S., some of them are beautiful, most of them are terrible. But things like that. So we still want MDW to keep going, and even if we make little art pieces or things like that, it's still kind of the same techniques that we would use. It's sculpting and molding, casting, and being creative and designing a character and that sort of thing.
sí.
So yeah.
Y va a tener un
We're gonna
sello
keep
de
going.
hecho en México y hecho en Quintana Roo. Ah. It's gonna have
And-
two seals. Made in Mexico, made in Quintana Roo.
You have to put two on there?
Sí.
I was going to say also because my friend Josh and I are starting a company called Apex Effects, Apex Art Studio, actually, in Texas. That's going to be like a sister brand, school, company, business with MDW. So we will be now what we can make in Mexico, what we could do. Ellie comes up to Texas. Josh and I go down to Mexico, and we can just share designs and materials and ideas back and forth like that, and just help each other out. So
That's amazing.
yeah, I think it'll be cool.
And then we take
Totally.
Gabriel with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. I don't know what else to share. I think we have so many experiences, so many stories, but for me the most love, the ones I always bring or keep in my heart, that give me strength to keep going,
Is Taco Loco?
es Taco Loco.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. No, go ahead.
No, it's our trips all around the peninsula,
Mhm.
and our we organizing everything in the shop. Also, by the way, no, voy a decirlo esto en español. I'm gonna say this in English, in Spanish. Empezamos con un taller tan pequeño que igual era como nos faltaban cosas, pero aún así dijimos no importa, vamos a hacerlo, queremos enseñar, pusimos mesas, unos espejos, con el material que teníamos, y ahora tenemos un taller con tantas cosas. En 3 años se ha llenado tanto, con espejos grandes, con iluminación, con tantos materiales, que de verdad no podría, o sea, si me lo hubiesen dicho hace 3 años que esto iba, no a crecer en el sentido de que wow, somos famosos, porque realmente eso nunca nos importó como tal. Nos importaba dar clases, nos importaba enseñar, nos importaba estar aquí en Playa del Carmen, ¿no? No hablo de crecer, de ser famoso, sino crecer de cómo es que creció nuestra pasión aquí, No lo hubiera creído. That I'm saying that it grew up so much, but not in the way that, oh, we are famous in Quintana Roo or Playa del Carmen,
No,
because
no.
even in that way we never even thought about that. We never started this thinking about being important or famous. No, we started
Uh,
this because of the passion we have of teaching and creating, and now our
right.
shop, which was like, it had so like little things or basic stuff. Now it has a lot of things. Now I don't know what to do with all the molds.
Now we have too much. I know. That's what happens when you start growing. I mean, yeah, we just, yeah, I know. We have to move stuff. Just put everything over there so we could work here, and then okay, now put everything back
See?
in there so yeah, we have a lot of molds, a lot of things like that. But yeah, no, we never, we just had passion for what we love to do, and yeah, I mean, for me, the best part of these past 3 years is meeting amazing people like Gabrielle and just my friendship with you. I mean, you're one of my best friends I've ever had.
Abrazo.
And even to the extent of doing these weekend inspirations. For one, it was just an opportunity for us to stay in touch, by video chat, and then it's like, let's record them, whatever, it might be fun. But it was never, I don't know if anybody at all watches these, or if one person watches it, or 10, it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of fun. And, it just started out as talking about movies that inspired us, or that we even liked a little bit, thought was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just because of the passion for movies and art, and what we do, and makeup effects, and all that shit.
Nice.
As we say here in the States.
Great. Okay, guys. So, Gabriel, some other question? Kevin?
I think that's about it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, then I say, congratulations to us for 3 years.
Yay!
Salud. I thought you guys were going to have mezcal.
I have acetone. ¿Verdad?
Salud.
Les gané, morros.
You're supposed to resist.
Ay.
Not to die with acetone. Right?
Está bueno. Well, thank you so much. I know.
It's a good mezcal?
Do I?
No, it's a good mezcal. Or
It's what I can get here. It's not terrible. It's not bad.
okay.
So.
Okay.
I was worried about it. It's like, what is going to drink? But
No. It's okay. But I thought I'd just have a little sip here to celebrate.
Salud por nuestro
Salud.
MDW. I love you guys. Let's finish it here. And but this is not going to be our last one. Let's.
No.
We still have the. Which movie were we going to talk about and we couldn't find it?
House of Wax.
House of Wax.
No, it's not. I can't find it.
Not going to happen.
I've tried.
All right. Well, let's choose something else.
If you can bring one that maybe we can like reproduce here with a DVD shit, then bring it, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, I could bring, if it's like House of Wax, I could probably get like the Vincent Price House of Wax on DVD. But the earlier one, the Fay Ray one, I don't know if that's on DVD or not.
Bueno.
I could check. But we could just choose another movie that we can all three see.
Sí.
on some platform, that works for all of us. It doesn't have to be House of Wax.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that for our next MVW. Esta no es el último chat. Seguiremos haciendo algunos videos, pero por hoy, pues bueno, nos despedimos acá. Muchas gracias, Gabriel, como siempre, un placer. Te ves hermosa.
Y thank you
Kevin,
for having me.
Un placer. Kevin, igual, I love you.
I love you
and I'll
too,
see
Eddie.
you soon.
I hope so. I plan on.
Adiós.
Bye, guys.